Chances are you've probably seen a ton of people talk about the Bilt World Elite Mastercard. This credit card has received a ton of positive press and a lot of negative press most recently as well. The positive side, of course, will speak for itself, as you can pay rent and now earn rewards without having to pay fees for all those rent payments. But on the negative side, most recently, people have been complaining about a lot of fraud charges appearing on their cards. However, I will still be applying for the Bilt credit card in today's video, despite what's going on right now. For those of you who are concerned about the fraud situation, I'll explain all that toward the end of this video, including why I personally am not concerned about it at this time. So without any further delay, let's go off to the application. All right, so now I'm on the Wells Fargo website. I'm gonna go from here to, let's see, their credit cards menu, drop down to the Bilt World Elite Mastercard, and it'll probably get me to some landing page. Yep. So here's all the info about the card with a red Apply Now button down here. I will go ahead and click on that. Ooh, and it says I am now leaving the Wells Fargo website. I'm gonna go to BiltRewards.com. Although Wells Fargo has a relationship with Bilt, we do not operate their site, and their security and privacy may be different. Interesting, I did not know that. So I thought, even though Wells Fargo has this new partnership type of deal, I thought it went through Wells Fargo. I believe they're still the card issuer, but apparently they're not dealing with the application side of things. So a little bit of a division there. So I'll do continue. Now going to BiltRewards.com, I'll move down here and let's see what this is all about. Enter your email to start the Bilt Mastercard application. Okay, I'll do that, then I'll click on next. And now I gotta create my password for my account. I'm gonna come up with my super secret code, and then we'll do continue right here after that. Confirm your information to complete your account. First name, last name, date of birth, and phone number, then another continue button. I will fill those out and we'll move on from there. Enter the 5-digit code we sent to, and my phone number is behind the video of myself, so let me see what I got here. I did get my code, so let me type that in, and then we'll do continue after that. Signing into Bilt Mastercard application. Ooh, apparently that means I have an account now. Interesting. So I was initially hoping to be able to apply directly through Wells Fargo and sign into my Wells Fargo account that I've already had for years. That way Bilt could just pull all the information and I wouldn't have to type in everything manually. And that actually did happen. So the first part, I guess I made my Bilt account to manage the rewards and stuff like that. But below this, they have my address and all that stuff, and it's correct that I'm guessing they pulled from Wells Fargo's end. So here's my name and all that, so that's good. Okay, so I just scrolled past the address, my mobile number, all that stuff there. Here in the next part down, they ask for the last 4 digits of my SSN. Normally they need the entire SSN to do a hard pull, but again, this is on the Bilt side. And look at the text down below at the bottom of the screen. Bilt Mastercard is issued by Wells Fargo Bank. So perhaps Bilt only needs the last 4 to verify me, while Wells Fargo has my full SSN from my Wells Fargo account. That's my assumption so far. So that's already been pre-populated as well. Below that, we've got US citizenship. Am I yes or no? Then some financial information, which I'll show you after I scroll down a bit further. We've got housing status, own, rent, or other. Then the monthly mortgage or rent, that is your portion. Of course, if you're splitting it with roommates or other people. If you have no monthly mortgage or rent payment, you can enter 0 on the application. Then we have employment status. So that's employed, self-employed, not employed, or retired. I also received questions from people about what income can be included versus not included, and that's usually explained right here. So for Wells Fargo's application through Bilt, you don't need to include any alimony, child support, or separate maintenance income if you don't want it considered. It's up to you. If you're 21 or older, you may include accessible income, which is income that is not earned or owned by you, but is regularly accessed to pay your expenses. Underneath that, we have the amount of your total annual income that is non-taxable, if any. Click on the little info there to learn some more about some of those things that may be eligible or ineligible here. Then further down, we have acknowledgements. So we have the consent to use all the electronic signatures, all that stuff. Authorization for the SSA to disclose your SSN, all that type of stuff. Of course, read through these, look at their privacy policy, etc. Do your due diligence. I'll do that off camera, and then we'll go ahead and do continue again. Okay, application progress, just a moment. Hang tight, they're validating and processing info. Oh, maybe I submitted already, I'm not really sure. Oh, maybe not yet, good. Review your pricing information. Take a moment to review the terms and conditions associated with this card. I can zoom in here. So this is where I can see all the important disclosures about interest, fees, all that type of stuff here. Good to know. By applying, I'm going to authorize Wells Fargo to share with Bilt Technologies data provided in my Bilt Mastercard application and to share with Bilt any data from my Bilt Mastercard account. If approved, I really hope that is a you are approved, I authorize Bilt to use the info to contact me upon approval about features of the card, opportunities from the rewards program. Yep, that all sounds good. So let's all do it. 3, 2, 1. Zoom out a tiny bit. That way we can see the results come in. Okay, actually go all the way out and submit. Hang tight, we're processing and validating your information. Ooh, the graphic just changed. It's thinking some more. Loading application. Haha, all right. Wells Fargo said that Jeffrey Reese has been approved. Congratulations for $20,000. That is fantastic. APR right there on the screen, roughly 23.5%. All right, and what a cool looking approval screen. All the colors and all that looks very modern, which I like. Let's see if there's any sensitive info down here. There most certainly was sensitive info down there, so I'm not gonna scroll any further, but nonetheless, really awesome to see that approval come on through. All right, so I was able to scroll past the stuff that showed personal info, and I'll show you as much as I can here, still on the approval page that I received for this card. So it shows you right away up here in the top, Jeffrey Reese. I'm at the blue tier in the rewards program. I have 0 points as I just got the card. But basically I'm inside my Bilt Rewards account already on the same day, like a second after I got approved. And there are 2 tabs here showing you different ways to pay your rent. One is to pay online. They give you a routing number and an account number to use to make your rent payments online, like you would add, for example, your bank account or whatever. Or you can click on pay by check. Therefore, they will charge your card and send a paper check to your landlord. Note that this method is done via USPS first class mail, may take 5 to 7 days. So if you need to use that method for whatever reason, maybe your landlord does not have an online portal, you want to, of course, do that pay by check method early, like a week early. That way you don't have any late fees charged by your leasing office, for example. Then in the next box down here, we've got Bilt Protect Debit, which allows you to pay rent without using your credit limit by pulling the full rent payment directly from a connected bank account, kind of like a debit card. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Obviously, there's a lot to learn about how this card functions, but you can, of course, toggle that on and then read about it here in the terms and conditions. So I can link, I guess, a checking account as well. Right here, add a payment method. Then I can earn my points right here, up to 50,000 points per calendar year after making 5 transactions. All right, this is all about the reward stuff. We'll cover all these things in an in-depth review of the card once I get familiar with their entire program. And a couple more things for you all to see how this entire process works. I just got this email. Here's a screenshot so I could blur out some sensitive info from Bilt/Wells Fargo, telling me that I was approved, that my card is available immediately for use. I can download or open the Bilt Rewards app to add my card to a digital wallet. I'll give that a go as well. My physical card should arrive in 7 business days to my address on file. They will let me know when it's on the way. I'll then need to confirm my card using the QR code or URL located on the carrier that comes with my card. We're good there. So the account number provided me the last 4 on the email. The credit line was the full 20K, but the instant credit available for purchases outside of the Bilt Rewards app is 12,000 that I can use like today. It also shows me the APR for purchases, the application reference number in case I had to call for support, and then a few other things to know. Wells Fargo services the Bilt Mastercard. You can sign up for a Wells Fargo online account or download the Wells Fargo app to make credit card payments and receive card information. So now I know where to pay my bill. And then I'll use the Bilt Rewards app to get basic credit card information like balance, the payment due date, recent transactions, and even though it's not mentioned here, the rewards as well, how many points I've earned. So naturally, I went over to my Wells Fargo app, took a screenshot of that for you all. My card is already showing, there it is right here, the Bilt World Elite Mastercard, along with my Wells Fargo, let me move out of the way. My Wells Fargo Propel card there, my joint savings account, and also my checking account further up there. So it was already showing on my Wells Fargo app right away, which is awesome. No need to go link anything or do any manual work. And now let's see if I can add this to Apple Wallet here. So I'm gonna go over to my banking apps and we'll go to Bilt Rewards. Let's see if it logs in. There we go. As you can see, my reward balance right up here, again, my tier and all that. We'll give a full tour of this in a separate video, but I'm gonna go down here to where it says card, and then it says right here, kind of a cool look, I can view my card number, make a payment, manage the card, all that good stuff, and then add to Apple Wallet right here in the middle. So let's tap on that. Agregar tarjeta Apple Pay, Bilt Mastercard estará disponible en Wallet. Allá abajo aparece mi nombre y el número de la tarjeta. Todo se ve bien. And yes, I am learning Spanish, so that's why the phone's in Spanish. Vamos a tocar entonces en el botoncito siguiente. Comunicándose con el emisor de la tarjeta. It's talking to the card issuer. And here we've got all the lovely terms and conditions. Acá tenemos todos los términos y condiciones. Entonces, acepto. Configurando tarjeta, agregando a wallet. Here you can choose if you want to have the card be your default card. Establecer como predeterminada en wallet. I'm not going to do that, so I'm just going to say ahora no. Basically no, and I believe that's all there is to it. Let's see, double tap. My Chase Freedom Flex comes up as my default as I have it set. And there's my Bilt Rewards card right here at the very top. So if I tap on that one, and there it is right there, ready to be used at any place that accepts Apple Pay. Todo un gran éxito pues. Now for those of you curious about my credit file in terms of things like inquiries or credit scores, stuff like that, here's some more info for you. When applying for the Bilt Mastercard, my credit scores were as follows. Experian had me at 757, TransUnion at 795, and Equifax at 802. I had 11 inquiries on Experian, 6 on TransUnion, and 2 on Equifax. In terms of new accounts appearing on my credit file, I had 5 new cards open in the past 6 months, 6 in the past 12 months, and 8 new cards in the past 24 months. My average age of accounts was 4 years, 2 months, and my relationship with Wells Fargo prior was that I already had a checking account, a savings account, and 1 personal credit card with them, which was my Propel card. And finally, those fraud issues. Let's first take a look at a statement directly from Bilt. We have been made aware of a global fraud ring that has been launching what are called bin attacks. In short, they use compromised merchants to randomly test millions of potential card numbers to see which ones work, focusing in on one card at a time. They go on to provide some additional information as well as a phone number you can call to get in touch with Wells Fargo's fraud team directly to get some help in case you were a victim of this. So why am I personally not concerned about this? Well, it has to do with the fact that this is a bin attack and not some sort of massive data breach or anything like that, at least as far as we know right now. A bin number, by the way, is a bank identification number. On a credit card, which is an old card here, by the way, some of you might remember this card. It no longer exists, but it's the first 4 to 6 digits. So in this case, 414729. Those first 4 to 6 digits identify the issuer of the card, not you personally. So for example, when you swipe your card or you enter your number in online to go buy something, that will tell the merchant, for example, if it's a Visa or a MasterCard or a Discover, the card type, the card level, for example, business, corporate, platinum, all that type of stuff. Also the issuing country, where that merchant exists. So if this fraud ring is just an attack on the bin numbers, then right now the Bilt cards issued by Wells Fargo are being under attack. Basically, those are the numbers that are being tested by the scammers right now, probably some other banks as well, until they move on to some other issuer and they might have their products affected too. Translation: as long as personal information has not been leaked in any way, then this should pass without a problem. If I do get a fraudulent charge myself because it was a randomized test and my card went through for some scam charge, all these credit cards have $0 fraud liability insurance. So all you gotta do is call in, report the fraudulent charges. They'll then close out that card number, issue you a new one with a new number, and then those charges will be wiped off. You won't have to pay for them. Inconvenient? For sure. End of the world? Definitely not, unless something more serious happens. But that's just personally why I did not feel any problem applying during this time. You should do, however, what you feel most comfortable with. And with all that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on those notifications. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, and to view my site with some great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. I thank you all for watching today's video. Hope it brought you some great value. I look forward to seeing you in future videos, and while you're waiting on my next upload, always remember that you are great.